Hi, this is Alan Moore, Certified Financial Planner and founder of Serenity Financial Consulting. Thanks for joining me. One of the most difficult conversations I have with clients is around their estate plan. It's a topic that forces us to face our mortality and accept the world will continue to turn after our death. Crafting an estate plan allows you to be sure your wishes are fulfilled even after you've died. There are some basic estate documents that everyone needs to have in place. There are others that you may need depending on your unique circumstance, and you should speak with a qualified financial planner or estate attorney to determine any additional documents you may need. The first document that everyone needs to have is a last will and testament. The will is a legally binding document that outlines where your assets go after your death. This is where you decide who gets your prized baseball cards collection, the Corvette, your home. This is also where you decide who will become your children's guardian and who will be in charge of managing your estate. You can also attach a non-legally binding letter to the will called a letter of last instruction, which allows you to outline wishes for things such as your funeral. Do you want to be buried, cremated, and more. The second document everyone needs to have is a power of attorney. There are actually two types of powers of attorney, healthcare and financial. These documents let you decide who will make medical and financial decisions for you in the event that you're not capable of making decisions yourself. The same person does not have to be the power of attorney for both, and it actually may be advisable to have a different person serve in each capacity. Another important point is that you name a contingent power of attorney should the primary power of attorney be unwilling or unable to serve. For example, if you name your spouse as the primary power of attorney and you are both in a car accident, who would you want to make medical and financial decisions for you? The third document is a living will. This document outlines your desires for medical treatment in the event of scenarios such as being in a permanent vegetative state, terminal illness, or imminently dying. You might remember Terri Schiavo, a young woman whose family fought a very public court battle on the decision to keep her on life support many years after an accident left her in a vegetative state. If she had had a living will, her family would have known her wishes. Unfortunately, after the accident, it's too late to make your wishes known. The fourth and final document that everyone needs to have in their estate plan is an ethical will. See, estate documents tend to be very cold, harsh writings full of legal jargon. Although they may outline the what of your wishes, they don't usually outline the why. The ethical will gives you the chance to tell your story without all of the lawyer talk. This document can be anything you want it to be and is your opportunity to tell people what you want them to know after your death. This might be a general letter of life lessons you learned or an explanation as to why you left your money to charity instead of your kids. For example, one man wrote a letter containing advice from 90 years of life experiences to his 4-year-old great-grandson to be opened on his 20th birthday. It can be an audio or video recording, a book or pictures. It can be anything that allows you to tell your story. Although thinking about your death is not a happy topic, it's something that must be thought through. Do not leave your family without guidance on what your wishes are. Court battles, strained family relationships, guilt, and more can be avoided by drafting these basic estate documents. So, do you have these documents in place? If not, is there a reason? Feel free to comment below or email me at alan@serenityfc.com. Thank you for joining me.